Broadcasting live from the mixed up world of Hyrule, this is the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race here at Speed Gaming 2. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Bobtastic. Joining me for the tracking department, we've got Cataclysm and Kif taking care of all that. We have 4 excellent runners today to show you here on stream. We have Specs, we've got Smirk, we've got Top Specialist, and we've got Diego Lasso R4. We're gonna have a quick race today. That is the plan with Friday. Friday is the fast race day. We've got what's called Open 6-6. That's going to be 6 crystals to 6 crystals necessary. And it's fast, meaning fast Ganon. Meaning that the pyramid is going to be open. We see some crystals there in the light world, both 5 and 6 here in Eastern Palace and Hera, respectively. So both the 5-6 crystals available early. Don't really expect the big bomb to come into play, but it absolutely could be a thing. Right, everyone going with the Uncle Start here, which does not surprise me. And it looks like we get the sword, so seems good. Seems like a play. Alright, so at least one of our runners immediately saving and quitting out. 2 of our runners saving and quitting out and heading to Sanctuary. Just the key there in Sank as Specs heads towards Kakariko Village here. We don't know if we're going to do woods yet. Looks like a woods play. Meanwhile, Smirk and Top Specialist have elected to head into Hyrule Castle, which is not a particularly surprising development given the sword in the uncle's location. Alright, so we've got 10 arrows on the ground in the Lost Woods, in the mushroom spot. Just the map in the first chest of Hyrule Castle, so we'll get to see some other checks coming up here as we attempt to sync up things. Still got Top Specialist walking through. And we will be able to see some other things pretty soon. There was just a piece of hard vanilla there in the Lost Woods hideout. Meanwhile, Top Specialist now heading into the boomerang chest room. Little bit of a mistake there on the spin. Couldn't quite get the double hit, but not a huge deal as we pick up that item there, which was not incredibly useful. I still haven't really found anything like super earth-shattering other than that first sword. Alright, so Smirk also coming back to us now, having just gotten the Zelda check. We do see Specs having out of that. Specs just got out of Blind's hut at that point, and it does seem like our restream bot here on Discord has gone down a little bit, so we will have that right back up when, to the best of our ability, as soon as possible. In the meantime, I'll see what I can do as far as getting our lovely stuff together. I don't even know if I'm being picked up on the stream or not, but if I am, I'm going to check in on some of the individual streams and see how it's going while we're waiting. Oh, wait. Never mind. I stand corrected. All right. I just needed to click a thing so I could see it. All right, so it looks like Specs managed to pick up a glove there in Kakariko Village, while Smirk has picked up a hammer. I don't know if the commentary has stopped. I'm right here, so I'm a little confused. But I did need to, keep track of a few things. Anyway, so we get the second glove there in the back of Escape for Specs. That's a pretty huge deal. Meanwhile, Smirk is taking care of some fake flippering. Looks like Diego's also going to be picking up that second glove momentarily. Always a fun place for the second glove. Sorry, I must have misspoke. I meant to say Specs found the second glove. My apologies for that. Anyway, so it appears that we also found a moon pearl in the absence of the stream. So Specs also has that moon pearl and should be moving around the dark world with very little trouble. Alright, we see a key in the first chest there in Skullwoods, which will allow us to move on to the left side. See some more of the well. There's our moon pearl. It's in the well. Top specialist picking that one up. And the mirror as well. So, yeah, lots and lots of things. I can only assume that Specs has that mirror as well. Smirk is going to have it soon. Yeah, there it is. And a big key, and it looks like Specs gonna go for the bomb jump here. And wow, the front of Skull Woods just full of hot garbage all around. There is one chest left. It could be that both items are in the back, which would just be the worst. Alright, so we're seeing the back of the tavern real quick. That's where the first glove was. You see Specs going for a second go at that back room there. Like the middle room. Going for the big key chest. It is kind of a pain to navigate that. Getting a full heart at the dam over there for Diego, which is always nice. Oh, the Gibdos are not happy. All right. The Specs finally managing to pull the statue. Oh no, the give does. Oh, you barely got it. And yes, both items in Skullwoods are officially in the back. That is the worst. Oh, and we do see some Pegasus boots there from Diego. Not sure where they came from. It is a bit difficult to watch all 4 screens at the same time. Anyway. So Smirk, ooh, looks like Smirk is taking the long way to the Dark World, which is unfortunate because the second glove is in the Light World. Second glove not going to be strictly necessary for this game on account of fast Ganon, but it is going to be something you want to do. Alright, so we got Hype Cave on Diego's side. That's a blue mail. Seems good. We've also got a Heart Piece. And yeah, Hype Cave, other than the blue mail, nothing really to write home about. Whoa! Specs finds the lamp in the Graveyard Ledge Cave, which is a heck of a place to find the lamp. That's all I'm saying. That is a massive pain. Alrighty. So Specs over there working towards the Village of Outcasts. We'll get to see a few checks here, as well as probably a good chunk of Thieves Town. We've got Smirk in here once again, you know, wasting time in Skull Woods, unfortunately. Specs picking up what is a vanilla 300 rupees there in the C-shaped house. We head for the chest game. And it does look like Specs is going to make a run at the Thieves Town here. Am I being accosted? No shit.
Well, hello, Dr. Bob-tastic. How you doing?
I am doing just fine. Alana, for those of you unaware of Alana Bean coming by to fill in on the second half of the comms, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Just finished up the multi-tourney race. I was like, Dr. Bob's commentating by himself. Let's ask if I can join in, and they approved.
Excellent, excellent. Well then, now we've had a few hiccups with the restream, so it's I am a little bit behind on some of the items, and so are the trackers because not everything has been visible. But we're getting there. We're getting there. That's the play.
Oh Lordy, got you.
Yeah, I think whatever machine is running Restream 10 is having a hiccup.
At least we could hear everything. Okay, looks like Specs is in Thieves Town. All right.
Ooh, got a second sword over at the Peg Cave for Diego, which is pretty nice.
Good, fine. That Master Sword could be a pain in the neck to look for, and if you can get that out of the way early, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, we got a hook shot on the blacksmith for Diego as well. So everything coming up Diego right now.
Ooh, we just need some flippers, I think, for some swamp.
Yikes.
Yeah. Let's go. Painted swamp.
Oh boy. You have this sort of sadistic streak in you, don't you?
Always. I mean, if I'm not talking in speed gaming chat, I may as well say stuff out loud and, commentate a booth. That works.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So Top Specialist actually went quite a bit out of his way to go ahead and farm up rupees for Zora. So I think he's going to be the first one to show us Zora here in a minute.
Well, logical. You got your glove, even if you don't have flippers, so it's definitely not a bad play to get out of the way reasonably early.
Yep. In before vanilla flippers.
Instead, we got a vanilla 300 at a C-shaped house on Diego's side.
Yep, absolutely. I made the same comment when it happened on somebody else's right before you got here. But it is good to confirm that that is in fact vanilla, and I'm not making that up because it has been a hot minute.
I have not played this vanilla in a while. I need to change that. I just need to full clear it just for fun. All right,
I do like... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, with 3 runners in Thieves Town, that's kind of not a lot going on at the moment.
All right, so we're getting our waterfall checks here. We got a shield, which is quasi-vanilla.
And evil.
And more blind. We got a blind fight over here for specs. Nicely done. And just a piece of heart to finish out Thieves Town.
So where were the myths that Top Specialist and Smirk are missing?
Back of Escape.
Oh.
So Smirk just elected not to check it. Top Specialist, I don't think Top Specialist has been back to Sanctuary yet.
Just $20 from King Zora today. Not much going on there.
Apparently, Top Specialist does have the flippers. This is a good thing to know.
I was about to say that's flippers without fake flippering. So yeah,
I'm like that was the fakest of flippers. Oh, there's our other male upgrade. So one's in Hype Cave and one's there on the Zora ledge. All right, and we're gonna see a nice little dig game check here.
I wonder who else has the flippers too.
Yeah, it's a real quandary.
Okay, Top about to get those bits you're talking about. This is good.
But I can confirm that Smirk does not have the mitts because he actually went all the way around through the Lost Woods to get to the portal here. Instead of going through the big rock like you do.
Like you do.
Well, I was going to be able to tell you what's at the digging game, but maybe not. We will see. The real digging game was the friends we made along the way. Maybe. Alrighty. So we got Smirk and Diego going to be finishing off Thieves Town roughly similar times, though Smirk and Diego are in here with the hammer, so they'll get to see the map.
Well, I went through Top Specialist 5, and I did find those flippers if you want to know where they are.
Well, I imagine people might want to know. Where do you got?
Well, there's a little guy named Agini. He's got his little cave down in the
Oh
desert.
my good lord. I knew I checked. I knew they checked Agina's cave. Just didn't get to see what was in it. So yeah, that's a heck of a place to find some flippers.
Well, if Specs doesn't have the flippers, may route it in while doing south checks here with the purple chest. We'll see.
Maybe.
Or just could ignore them completely, because, you know, there's a Hype Cave versus South Dark or Light World check, so eh.
Alright. Stumpsman has a mushroom, so different fetch quest, same great flavor. And Spec's gonna go for the ditching the purple chest strat, like you do. It's less useful when you're bootsless, but
it's a little extra insurance. If I don't have boots, I almost always bring the purple chest with me, because there's always that chance you could end up mirroring at Hype Cave for some reason, and you're like, oh crap.
That's accurate. But then again, you know, people are always better than me at this game, so...
Okay, so either Specs has flippers, or we haven't checked the dam on that side. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, hasn't checked the dam, looks like.
Will we get dig game result here on Smirk's side?
Alright. Cape. Well, that is certainly a thing.
Do we know it's on bumper?
I know it was checked. I don't recall it being super useful.
That's also a shovel at Spec Rock.
Uh-huh. Oh, just missing the bomb jump there. Probably a pixel high if I had to guess.
I like this MSU, very Sega Genesis-like.
Yeah, it's apparently from a DOS shoot 'em up called Tyrion or something. Yeah.
Okay, so Specs hasn't done south at all. Okay.
Fair enough. Alright, so we assume Smirk is going to pick up that shovel. Or no, I'm thinking of... It was Top Specialist who was going for the shovel. I'm an idiot. Hi. I just saw a mirror screen. I figured it had to be up on Spectacle Rock. Alright, so we got the big key of Hera here. We did see earlier, once again, that this is the crystal number 6, actually.
And logically fully beatable. Well, that is if they have a fire source. Never mind.
Well, there is a fire source available. I think... I know someone has the lamp. I think it was Specs that found the lamp. It was in Spectacle Rock Cave. Or not Spectacle Rock, Graveyard Ledge Cave. I don't know why I confused those two. I guess you need a mirror at some point. Nothing I say ever makes sense. But it was definitely Specs because the cave was green.
It makes all the sense. It's fine. Oh, wait, Diego got boots?
Yep.
Oh.
I have no idea where that was either. That was apparently quite a bit earlier.
Trackers are on top of it, though. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Way better than me at this. All right, so we got Smirk heading for the pyramid. And Specs now heading up to the top of Death Mountain. We have a book sitting on the pyramid ledge. And
What is it with all the fetch quests?
And looks like Diego is going to pick up the lamp here.
And only one of our runners has a Master Sword if the book's needed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the items sure are all over the place here.
Here's the thing, though. Skullwoods and Turtle Rock are both pendants. The fire rod is well, that could be anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Except like some parts of Tiara, depending, and right side GT past the Samaria location. Holy moly. Crystal for top specialist. Hera is complete there.
All right, 1 down, 5 to go, and we'll be done with the Fast Friday situation. This, of course, isn't the fastest settings we've ever had on Friday, but it's still meant to be faster than normal on account of reduced crystals and fast Ganon.
Yeah, that's a factor as well. My brain was telling me this was open. It's one of the problems I get for joining 15 minutes into a race, I guess. I just don't know everything.
Oh,
Hi.
Speaking of the fire rod.
There it is. How you doing, Fire Rod?
And that very much is something you could get at this very moment, so you could go get both items that are in Skull Woods, because they're both in the back, and a large, like, I think 3 of our 4 runners know that's the case.
And those are the mitts for Smirk as well.
There we go. Finally picking up those mitts. Oh, you were saying the shovel was in was in the cave. Okay.
Yeah, it was in Spec Rock. But that fire rod is interesting. That's Ice Palace, which we don't know if it's logical without the Samaria, but who cares?
And I think with the hook shot, the vast majority of it is logical, just not the boss, necessarily.
Very true.
So both of our runners that do have a lamp electing to bypass the basement for now. I can't remember. I know we got the compass off the boss. I can't remember if we got the map.
It's the basement. What's the worst that can happen is what's going through their minds.
Well, it looks like Diego's going into the basement, but not voluntarily. All right, so we have now started the procession of everybody messing around on Death Mountain here.
Well, everybody was in Thieves Town at one point, so it's only right that we were all at Death Mountain too.
Everybody was mountain climbing. I'm bad. Moving on.
You have some of the best music mixes around. What are you talking about? I'm a particular fan of the Swamp Palace song.
All right. Okay, so we've got some Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave action going on.
Okay, so Top Specialist hasn't gotten the hook shot. Where's that one?
That is at the blacksmith.
That's right, we saw that. I forgot. Right along with the sword.
Yep. Oh, and I guess Specs didn't have the hammer when he went up there, because otherwise he would have gotten the sword. And we are almost there on... Alright, so Hookshot Cave is down and out. I'm not going to lie, you know what seems like the play to me right now?
Tell me.
Pod.
It's a thing. We don't have a bow, it looks like, but it could definitely
I feel
be
like there's a bow in Pod. That's what I'm thinking.
What's even better is if it's a bow-lock bow.
Yeah, that is the best kind of bow.
Right? Then we'd have to ping Homemade Beer and see if they accidentally rolled a Why Is That There scene.
Oh, and even better, if it's a... even better would be if the bow was at the back of Skull Woods, where the two items are.
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing.
But it looks like Specs had a similar idea to me. He's going to head over to the eastern side of the world. Going to head to the pod portal. Probably going to check Sazrala while he's at it. Maybe he did that already. I can't remember. Is there something in Harrow Basement? I can't remember if we saw a map.
We're about to find out. I think it was a compass, but we're about to find out from Top Specialist. It can't be, because he wouldn't be there if it was.
We saw the compass on the boss, but I can't remember if the map was in that chest below the big chest or not.
I gotta presume not, because Top Specialist is back in the dungeon, even though we completed it, so...
Yep, seems good. I think Top Specialist is the only one to have done this check. It's the blue boomerang.
Totally worth.
After having picked up the red one already, I'm assuming. Unless he didn't go into Super Bunny Cave. Alright, Specs now heading for Palace of Darkness.
Let's see if your intuition is right here.
And unfortunately, it does look like we have frozen on everybody else's stream for a bit there. Alright, so first key is available, so we're not locked out of the back here yet. yet another key for Specs. Seems like a good time to fall in a hole. Or, yeah, blow a hole and then fall in it. Heading for the big key chest, which could, of course, have a key in it. And it does.
Thanks, Pod. Of course, the more keys we find up front, short of right side, is the... Okay, so we're bow locked, basically, logically.
Yeah, logically, you're going to be bow locked out of this place. We'll see if there's a mimic clip in our future, or a bottle glitch, or whatever.
Yeah, they're not going to misuse that small key, so should be able to go to the back, clear out whatever, and if there looks like there's an item right side, why not?
Seems good. All right. Sounds like we're switching over to Smirk's audio there for a bit.
Bear with us, everybody. Just the server's having a little hiccup here.
Yup. And we're back in the on Specs side. Top Specialist about to find that compass there in the big key chest. And it looks like Top Specialist might be the only one of our runners who has not checked all of the front of Skullwoods. Or maybe so. Maybe just electing not to go to the back.
Okay, we got Specs back just in time. We have no idea if we bottle glitched.
Alright, and we have 10 arrows in Harmless Hellway. Looks like we'll be heading for the Dark Maze here.
10 arrows for that bow that has yet to spawn.
Fair enough.
Looks like Specs does have a sword, so I think we found a third sword in Pod. Unless, yeah, I think that's what he did.
That's very possible.
Have we seen Eastern either?
We have not. Ha! Oh, look! Oh, what's up? What's up? There it is!
Dr. Bobtastic, everybody calling it. Well, he said progression in Pod. I said bow lock bow.
True.
So, it's fine. Good times. Okay, he did go right side, probably just got a couple of small keys.
I'm assuming he probably got the compass. Or, nah, maybe not. But, I might have decided to do something else if I hadn't. Or to not check that big chest if I hadn't. But yeah, bow lock bow, always a fun thing.
Why is that there? My gosh.
So I imagine after that we'll probably just see an immediate play for Eastern, which will have the normal bow. Maybe.
We'll never know.
Or it's in the back of Skull Woods, which we'll find out here in a second for that.
Ooh, Spike Cave as well from Smirk. I haven't seen this one.
Ooh, yeah. Very, very interesting play here. And very, very uninteresting drop.
$5.
Yep.
Thank you, game. Appreciate it.
And Specs finishing off the good old Helmosaur.
Gonna get rewarded with a
That's the compass.
There it is.
All right, that's crystal number 3 for Specs. Coming up on
quietly getting all these crystals. Holy moly.
Mm-hmm. All right, looks like Smirk is about to get those flippers.
Have we seen Desert yet? I don't think we have. We just got the book recently, right?
Yeah, the book is on the pyramid, so like only Smirk has that.
So with the boot, oh, that's Samaria.
Yeah, there's a cane. It's red and it makes a thing.
Are we a medallion from Go mode at this point? If we can get the Meyer medallion, then from I should say No mode.
Well, you kind of need a flute.
All right. There's that. I've been playing a lot of HMG. What can I say?
Yeah, fair enough. It's like I could at least boots my way down there if I had to on a bad day.
Now, Smirk's gonna tell us if he needs those booties that Diego has from somewhere.
There is that. Well, there's the Quake Medallion. There's the cane of Brian sitting there on the desert.
That's Boots Lock then, but we have that available somewhere.
Yeah, and it was fairly early, so I can't imagine it being difficult. It looks like Smirk is going to go dig here. Got 20 rupees in the dig spot. While Specs heading for the big key chest of Eastern, which I believe is just vanilla. Yeah. Imagine actual vanilla bow.
Okay, I found the boots.
Oh, really? Where they at?
I'm gonna give you a little hint. Let's just say that apparently Diego's had him since 7.5 minutes in.
Yeah, I knew he's had it for a while.
It's a dark grass.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Dark Cross, everybody. For those of you who don't know, that's the chest in the sewers on the way back to the back of Escape. Only a couple of runners went into Hyrule Castle, and Diego was the one who walked out of Zelda's cell in order to go to Dark Cross, I'm assuming. So that was a heck of a play on Diego's part.
Yeah, got it without a fire source, so not super difficult, but if you're not familiar with the check, it could be a challenge to get to.
Specs setting up the nice quick kill here and nails it. Just a heart piece there. So no vanilla bow action today.
Top specialist finishing off blind, a very good play.
Wait. Diego did not go to Zelda's Cell. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Looked like
Just went to Dark Cross because.
From back of escape, I think it looked like from
I believe so. Alright, so Specs now heading probably for Ice Palace at this point. What in the...
Interesting splash delete setup.
Ah, okay, that's what that was. Right. It's the explosion along with the clink from the boomerang. It is something I've seen before, or I've seen as a theoretical option, never actually seen it happen. And Specs now heading downstairs in Ice Palace in what I can only assume is just the worst water to make this ice.
I just realized something, Dr. Bob.
What's that?
We're in no mode.
Oh, really?
Desert is beatable with those boots and fire sources. Ice Palace is beatable, and Specs already has 4 crystals.
Oh, right. Yeah, there is that. Now, what are the odds that Specs finds those boots literally anytime soon?
Good question. Do you think he finds flippers first, or do you think he finds the boots?
I don't know. I mean, having gone to the back of Escape and down to Zelda's Cell and all that mess, going to the Dark Cross just is a huge orphan location there. Though, if Specs finds the book that would get him into Desert, it's possible he mirrors and goes for Dark Cross.
That is a good point. It is a quick check. And frankly, I think Specs is running out of locations. Alternatively, if Specs finds the flute in Ice Palace and Quake is Meyer, then same.
Fair enough. Alrighty, so Diego now heading up to Zora. Could get that red mail if he so desires.
Diego about to get the bad news in 3, 2, 1.
Rip.
Oh, Specs! Be careful!
It almost looked intentional.
Almost. But that's just an evil enemy. We haven't even seen the mushroom turn in, that's right.
Alright. Diego is now headed east, south again. We're headed once again for what I'm assuming is Ice Palace.
And Chad correcting me, it looks like we did see that mushroom turn and it was just a heart container or something minor.
Fair enough.
And pedestal is just a full heart as well.
I'm kind of a fan of the purchase the bomb upgrade there, because you got the money and you might have, if you were low on bombs, that's an excellent way to fill them back up.
Absolutely. I tend to bomb everything that doesn't give me progression, so the bomb upgrades are nice. Sick kid gives me nothing, have a bomb.
Well, it appears that Specs has picked up the flute here in Ice Palace.
That could be go mode for specs depending on the Meyer requirement.
Meyer requirement? That's like an assonant alliteration or something.
Here, here. I wonder how Specs is doing on that cold stare.
Well, certainly is being a cold stare.
Oh, Specs says a fairy just in case.
And Smirk finally finding that lamp and was so thrown by it, it froze his entire stream.
I presume they picked it up.
Yeah, I imagine so.
What's with that bomb? Poor Diego. Got the Stalfos, and Stalfos is like, not quite.
Yeah, sometimes the bombs just don't agree with you.
For no reason.
Diego over here doing the good old-fashioned Ice Palace bomb jump.
Ooh, too low.
Yep. That looks good.
Still too low.
Oh, no, you're right. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, no! Well. Oh, fairy. There. Oh, that might have been another reason why I picked up additional bombs.
Yeah, I think Specs is done with ice.
No, that time Diego was too far right. Oh, and Specs has activated that flute. It's going to take off to, I'm assuming, the Meyer area.
Where we have a 33% chance for Specs to be in Gomon at this point.
Yep, directly to Meyer. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 rupees.
Smart gets the hook shot, though.
Very nice. And our medallion is Bombos.
So we're still in no mode, but Meyer's still not a thing unless he handed the doormat.
I mean, it does tend to do the thing. Or, for all we know, Bombos could have been inside ice.
True.
Like it tend to do when you have the fire rod. But it doesn't look like that's the case today.
So Specs just needs to go to Dark Cross, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I wouldn't, wager my life on it happening anytime soon. All right, top specialist falling into the Stalfos room of ice, getting a little bit bothered.
Stalfos are really sassy today.
Mm-hmm. Specs seeing the big key on the torch, so it is straight up not accessible. All right, top specialist, good old-fashioned ice palace bomb jump, the old-fashioned way.
First try every time.
Yep. As the only one of our runners with the Cane of Samaria is, of course, Specs. That's a pretty good piece of advice in the chat from Mohiba there. You shouldn't wager your life on Rando. Don't do that.
Oh, look where Specs is.
Flipper time.
Ice Palace and Logic, GG.
What
Oh,
are the odds you think he goes to Swamp?
pretty good at this point.
All right, Specs fluting away. Where are we going? 2. Looks
Mushroom.
like. Yep, turn in that mushroom. Like you do.
Probably fill up on some potions too, because you're here.
Why the heck not? Give me your sweet blue juices. Moving on.
Exactly.
What?
Could find a Bombos in Swamp.
Could be. Flute to 4 seems to be the play.
Walk north, walk north. I tried.
Nope. No such luck. So, all right, so let's yep, Specs heading into Swamp Palace. And Smirk is already in Swamp Palace. Accidentally did not pick that key up just yet.
There you go, first try.
No problem there. And Smirk now headed for the back of Swamp.
That compass, though, immediately on Swamp. That's just so rude.
Correct. And there's the map, so lots and lots of garbage all around so far.
And 2 items guaranteed left side, or big key to the big chest. I don't know, but 2 items guaranteed in that direction.
Half magic. Certainly not the worst thing you've ever seen.
That would be the Zora check.
That seems roughly accurate.
125th return just doesn't seem financially great.
The cold stare music being ice climbers. I'm okay. I'll take it.
Oh gosh, gotta be careful, Diego.
Do not die.
We got 3
boy.
people on 3 bosses, 2 of them at the same, but
Ooh. Oh, freaked me out there for a second. Oh no, down to half a heart.
Please have a fairy in a bottle. Fairy in a bottle, please, please, please.
Oh, Diego lost the fairy when he was trying to do the bomb jump.
Oh, right. Oh, gosh.
So, Diego not, pulled up the save and quit menu. Not sure if Diego's going to continue that campaign or not. But we see top specialist finishing that out. Yeah, Diego going to activate the flute here, I'm assuming.
And Smirk saying no thank you to go on left side swamp.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, if you'll indulge me for a moment here on top specialist. Well, hello everyone. I hope you're having fun while you're watching the runs here on your screen. The Friday race is fast in a link to the past. Hope you don't finish last on speed gaming.
Sour, please.
Alrighty.
Fantastic as always.
Been a hot minute since I got to do one of those. All right, top specialist now headed for the Meyer area. Not really going to find much here, to my knowledge. Smirk going to get the flute in ice.
Is Specs going back in for left side?
Yes. Looks like an affirmative to me. Smirk accidentally throwing the bomb just a pixel to the left, not hitting the switch. We did see Checkerboard Cave earlier. Doesn't seem like it's panning out for anything.
Yes, some antioxidants.
Now, the good news for Diego is that Diego will at least be able to beat Desert.
The only runner to do so. Thanks, Dark Cross.
Mm-hmm. So Diego going to get that big key right now. And top specialist going to look at the big key and be very disappointed. So Diego heading right first here. But now going to have to head back to the left to get the small key out of the big chest.
Left side swamp incoming.
Here it comes. We got a shield.
Ew.
And the big key, because of course, wants you to spend as much time in this godforsaken dungeon as possible.
But now we got right side desert.
That is a campus. And a map. So,
Oh, lordy.
going for the boss. I mean, luckily the boss is a crystal, so it will, add to the overall effectiveness of this route.
And not swamp.
Not swamp indeed. I kind of think I remember seeing the part of me thinks that the medallion for Turtle Rock was Quake.
On the tracker, it looks like Bombos.
Okay. Yeah, I'm making that up. I was just waiting for Turtle Rock to be required. Looks like that's not happening. I'm just wondering where this logical bow is at.
I mean, it might just be Turtle Rock at this point. Or Meyer, I guess. But then,
Maybe.
Where's the Bombos?
Exactly.
Oh, the tablets. Have we seen either tablet?
Oh my goodness, you're right. That is definitely a possibility. Yeah, the only person who has the book, still the only person who has the book, is Smirk, and Smirk only recently got another sword, so... Yeah, I guess Smirk might have done one of the tablets.
And to re-answer a question in chat, yes, Boots are just hanging out in Dark Cross. And Spec's about to be monumentally disappointed with Zora. Oh, there's a bow. It's on Landmo.
Aha!
So Diego is apparently the first Indigo Moon.
Yeah, seems about right. Like, Diego could absolutely just go do Pod, do Eastern, and be done. Well, would also need to do Ice. Forgot Diego died to Cold Stare. Well, you would need Bombos if this weren't a 6 crystal game.
True.
That's what the 6/6 is for. So when it says 6/6 up there, what that means is that Ganon is vulnerable when you have 6 crystals, and that Ganon is vulnerable, and that Ganon's Tower also opens when you get 6 crystals. But to be honest, if you're going into Ganon's Tower after you have 6 crystals, you're probably doing it wrong.
The hour and 8-minute back of Saha check. Looks like top specialist going for the bufferless Mimic Whip.
Yes, which I used to think was straight up impossible, and now still hurts my thumb.
And then we talked for 5 minutes and you're good now. You got this.
All right, well, we'll get to see what's on the right side here of Pod now. And Diego obviously going to be heading for Pod to do something similar. I don't know if Diego's going to fully explore Pod, though, because, ideally, for Diego, it'd be pretty useful if Diego could get the third sword and the silver arrows out of it, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, the game definitely gave you some alternatives. You could do things in a couple of different orders, but I think it all kind of hinged, though. Those boots. Oh my gosh.
Specs employing hammer strats on Moth for a very exciting kill, but of course nothing huge there. It just occurred to me that there's that third sword for Diego, but it just occurred to me that Diego's name might be Diego Lazor and not Diego Lasso R4. I don't know how to pronounce things. Moving on.
It's fine.
All right, so it looks like Diego is going to go to the back here. Believe, no, the big key was in the front, so Diego is going to go for some additional checks back here, which is good for Diego. Going to get the silver arrows because of that. All right, Specs over here checking the Peg Cave. That's going to get another sword for Specs. Yeah, none of our runners other than Diego managed to locate the boots yet, and the boots are kind of a big deal in this one right now.
No access to mire or anything, so yeah, those boots are important.
Yeah, like for all we know, the Bombos could be in GT. Because, again, you only need 6 crystals to get in, so,
It's true. And top specialist takes down Helmasaur King for crystal number 4.
All right, so Diego getting ready to open the chest for the silver arrows, and now we'll head to the boss, I'm sure.
But with the tempered Cold Stare not looking nearly as troublesome as before, so gotta be a good feeling finding those items.
Yeah, and I imagine Diego probably wants to go ahead and use the probably go ahead and get a couple of potions as well. Why not? And then, and also, if Diego finishes Eastern as part of this, we'll have the Cane of Samaria, which will make the return trip to Cold Stare not nearly as annoying.
And top specialist gets that Samaria at a first check Eastern and shows that chest a little bit of who's boss with a couple of sword swings.
Okay, Smirk is headed for Dark Cross, everybody.
And Specs is heading for Pyramid Fairy.
Wow. Hey, that could be Bombos.
Could be. The feels bad
finds
moment.
The boots.
Right, feels bad. So, Smirk is nearly in go mode. Just gotta go desert. Land mode will give you go mode. And you're on your way. Oh, Pyramid Fairy, here we go.
We have a piece of heart and Bombos!
Oh, lordy.
So I guess that puts Specs in go mode too.
Yep, Specs is also in go mode, though that 6th crystal will be Meyer, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, gonna be quite the race here down at the end. Unfortunately, Smirk is going for these side bonk chests first.
Fortunately, there's 2 and they're right next to each other, so it's not horrible.
Yeah. I imagine it'll be a pretty quick flute out after this. Yeah. Headed straight for 6.
Curious, though. Specs... It's a shame, though. Like, Boots would have made Desert so fast.
So, unfortunately, I mean, GT Big could be on the torch, but it wouldn't be relevant for this particular mode on account of we've got fast Ganon set, so I don't think GT is necessary.
We will never find out what is on that torch in this seed.
Right, Specs does not get the immediate big key in Meyer, which wouldn't have done Specs any good anyway because there's no boots. But there's the big key, and so yeah, Specs can now head directly for the boss, while Smirk is going to head for good old Landmo here, where Smirk will get an actual in-logic bow. So knowing Smirk, I'm guessing Smirk will not spend a lot of time dilly-dallying around in Pod or Eastern.
Well, Pod, I think you're probably going right side, so you're probably going to get that sword. I don't see Smirk getting those silvers for sure.
Yeah. Everybody's going to get, well, everything in Eastern except perhaps the contents of the big chest, which I believe was just a map or something. Just on account of the fact that the big key is vanilla.
And Smirk is in go mode, 118.20.
Very good, very good. Alright, Specs employing the cape and slash strats here on Vitreous, which is just perfectly fine. Especially because while you're swinging that sword, the magic doesn't go down, like, hardly at all. So just spamming that sword is a good way to make sure you eventually kill them all.
All right. Dr. Bob has been saying it's a 6-6 fast game, and so Specs gonna go straight to that pyramid.
So this is, for Specs at least, going to be a silverless Ganon. So very interesting that there were in fact two real, actually, well, there was really the second method here of going to Mire to get your 6th crystal was not exactly what we call the canon way of doing it. Wasn't exactly in logic, but it does work.
And top specialist in go mode in the same way.
Mm-hmm. All right, Diego finished off Eastern, I'm assuming, or they wouldn't have left, and it's finally headed back to Ice Palace to try to mess with this thing. Meanwhile, top specialist will be dealing with Misery Mire shortly. Now Smirk is the only moving stream right now. Ah, there we go. We got Specs back in. Taking quite a bit of damage from those fire bats here in phase 2.
Fire bats hurt, Dr. Bob.
Yep, that is the general idea. All right. Specs is into phase 3. A little delayed on that slash there. So taking some additional fire. What we call unfriendly fire. And gonna go for the torch glitch.
Specs getting word that, hey, that bow is in desert.
Mm-hmm. It's like, with what boots? With what boots? The ones that have been available since you basically started?
Yup.
Alright.
Technically, Dark World access and a mirror was required logically. But yeah,
Right.
whatever.
Alright, Smirk headed for the Armos fight here in a second.
Meanwhile, Specs is finishing up the big pig.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Bacon has been acquired. And
what's our final time?
All right. Specs crossing the bridge with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 59 seconds, which is good for what appears to be 9th place in the race here.
GG's to Specs.
And Specs has, in fact, decided to join the chat here. Hello.
Hello.
And welcome. Congratulations.
Thanks. I like how the 4 people on Restream are the bottom 4 of this race. But
hey,
I'll take first
happens.
on the Restream. I'll take first on the Restream. That's what counts, right?
Yep. That's the official metric. Pretty sure.
Yeah. It doesn't matter that there were, 8 people off stream who did better than me. Not relevant. They weren't on this Restream, so I'm not worried about that.
Not relevant at all. Yeah. So what happened was, Diego here, right? So
yeah.
Diego found the boots real early. Because they were in the Dark Cross.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That would have helped.
And so that was how the seed wanted you to logically beat it, to get the bow off of Landmola's and then go that way. because the bow from Pod was not anywhere close to in logic. But yeah, this was
that makes more sense. Yeah, if I at least gotten those boots, cause my main time loss was looking for bombos. At the end, I'm like this bombos can be literally anywhere. So can my boots. So I'm like, it's pretty much random where I pick. So I could have honestly picked a different order that would have been smarter. But I started picking stuff, and fortunately, Pyramid Fairies, but I eventually had to go to get my bombos to do Meyer.
I mean, all your plays were pretty reasonable to me, as far as I could tell.
Thanks. I felt like they were pretty reasonable with what I was getting. Like early on, I went to Dark Rule because I had the Mirror Titan Mitts option, and I knew I could route a lot of things together, and start cleaning like Thief Town and stuff. And then I got like Lamp and Fire Rod at a good time. The problem was I just couldn't find bombos or boots. But I never went to the front of Escape, so therefore I also never bothered checking. I never did the front of Escape, and my rule is I'm not going to check Dark Cross until I confirm it's not map or key. And because I never did front of Escape, I never did Dark Cross. So yeah, that was after Pyramid Fairy. I actually was going to mirror into front of Escape, and then I would have done Dark Cross. So if almost hadn't been a Pyramid Fairy, I would have ended up in Escape next to get those boots.
Yep, pretty solid strategy there. But you got the bombos anyway, so that at least took care of that particular need. I like how there were two main paths to get through this. You could have done Desert or you could have done Mire. And almost nobody was going to do both.
Yep. Everything else is you find ways to do those dungeons with what was given. Yeah. In Mire Desert was the question mark for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we've got Diego Lazo or Diego Lazo. I'm not as sure how that's pronounced. But here on the phase 4 of Ganon. Being one of the few runners who actually does have the silver arrows on account of going to Desert. So, yeah. So what, how does this compare to what you were expecting coming into this run?
It's about what I expected, because I know in this type of mode, even more than a regular mode, it's like, you'll be able to clear a decent amount of the dungeons, no problem, because of the items you'll get. But the question mark is going to be that last dungeon because of finding that last item. Because since that you can beat a lot of it quicker, since you only have to do 6 dungeons, you don't have to do GT. So you're just going to kind of streamline your way through, which also means you probably do less overworld checks. So then, if you come down in the end, you need that one item to do the last couple dungeons, and like how it was here. That's honestly how I thought it was going to go. The one thing I will say is I was surprised to actually get a 3rd sword without having to dive GT or something. So I'm happy I was able to get 3 swords without even having to go to GT. So that's the one thing I'll say was a little surprising. But other than that, this is pretty much what I expected, where at the end you gotta hunt down some item that could be anywhere to access one of your last couple dungeons.
Yeah, just a quick interruption here. Diego finished as well. Give him a GG, everybody.
Yep, Diego finishing with an official time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, 38 seconds. Well done. And Diego's in the waiting room. And we shall see. All right, so it sounds like we have been joined by Diego. Diego, how do I pronounce your full name there?
Diego Lazo. Diego Lazo.
Lazo. Okay.
Diego Lazo in Spanish.
I was unsure if the R was part of it or not. I was thinking it could have been Diego Lazor or or Diego Lasso. But yeah.
It's like the Glasso Earth 4.
So I believe Spanish is your native language, yes. So yeah. So yeah. Thank you. Welcome, and congratulations. So you were the only person who went for Dark Cross early.
Oh, really?
And oh yeah, on stream anyway. And so you were easily the first person to get the boots. And so you had a lot of in fact, a couple of people finished without the boots because they ended up getting Bombos off of the Pyramid Ferry and going to beat Mire instead of Desert. Speaking of which, Top Specialist also joining us here for after having finished recently. I just moved my windows around. Give me a second. Yeah, so Top Specialist finishing with an official time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 11 seconds. So well done.
GG's top.
GG. I was not happy with that bow placement, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, the bow you picked up wasn't even in Logic.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. Where was the logical bow?
The logical bow was on Landmola's. And the boots were
I
in
couldn't
Dark
find
Cross.
boots. Oh, so I tried to get those earlier, and I actually gave up because I died.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah, Diego here was the only person to get those boots early, which was very, very fast. And can
Oh
always
man, yeah, I had no boots the whole time, so I was frustrated. And then when I found the, I guess, out of logic bow, I was even more frustrated.
So, aside from how the items treated you, how did you guys feel about the run itself?
Oh, I love this kind of mode myself, where it's like you don't have to do everything. You could pick which ones to leave alone and which ones not to. So I quite like that.
Diego, how do you like the 6 crystal mode?
I think it's the second dip on Ice Palace, because the first, oh my god.
Oh man, the second dip of Ice Palace. Oh, I was pulling for you so hard. You were very, very close to finishing off Cold Stare there, and the little ice ball from the ceiling got you, unfortunately.
It was hard. I didn't have HP for that fight.
Yeah. Luckily, once you finished Eastern, you had the cane, so it was a little easier to get through there on the way down. And
that
we
was
do have.
good.
Oh, go ahead. So we do.
I think the fire rod was a trap with that school boots.
Yeah, the fire rod was a trap. That's absolutely true. The back of Skull Woods was a whole lot of garbage. And so many people in this seed found out that both items were stuck in the back of Skull Woods, and then went and found the fire rod. So speaking of which, Smirk has just finished as well with an official time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 21 seconds. Hello, Smirk. Welcome.
Can't hear anything. Let me fix the volume.
Smirk can't hear anything just yet, but we'll have.
Okay, there I am. I can hear you.
All right. There you go. So Smirk, of course, one of the other runner on stream to have picked up the boots, because turns out there was a way to beat the seed that didn't require them. It wasn't pretty, but it did happen.
Where was Bombos then?
Pyramid Fairy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you would have had to go through Pod and Eastern, finding the locked bow in Pod, and
Yikes.
get through there. Which is what two of our runners here, Top Specialist and Specs, did on stream. So
Oh really? Okay, alright.
yeah, we had two runners finish Desert and two runners finish Mire. So it's quite a play.
That's a nice split. Just goes to show that 6 and 6 can do that sometimes.
Yeah, I do love the whole 6-6 giving you just that one little bit of extra agency in how you decide to finish the seed, and how it can lead to some pretty significant differences in strategies and times.
Yeah, so yeah, not getting those boots, man. I saw like the first finishers at like 1 hour and I was like, what? Oh my gosh, what have I done?
Yeah, apparently the boots were a dark cross, and I was there too, and I died because I only had 3 hearts, and I was trying to pick them up in the dark, and yeah, that's unlucky.
Oh no, yeah, it's really unlucky. It's one of those seeds, man, where and they led to, the Boots Lock Desert, which had a bow, and this whole seed was a whole different story with that. If you get those early, it's just like, oh, here's everything you want, and you get Cane of Samaria, so you can do Ice Palace a little more easily. This Ice Palace was hook locked, so like having the Cane of Samaria to do the Icebreaker and get the keys on the right side just made it a lot faster. In case anybody did Ice Palace without the Cane of Samaria.
I did.
Yeah. So it was just like, oh my gosh, when I finally got those boots, I was like, no way, this was here all along.
Well, sometimes the game is gonna play you.
Yep, I got played pretty hard. But it was fun.
All right, everybody. Is there anything else that the four of you would like to say before we wrap it up here today?
I would just say GG, everyone. Thank you. It was a fun race. A little silly at the end, but very fun race. Thanks everyone for commentating. Talked about Tastic and Lotterbine, and thanks everyone for volunteering, helping out with the tracking, and anyone for watching.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, big GGs to everybody involved in the race, and echoing Specs and Tops with the shout outs and thanks to the commentators and trackers and Speed Gaming for running this on a regular basis. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for everybody being on. It was a great show to watch. Thank you.
All right. Once again, I want to thank all four of our runners, Smirk, Specs, Top Specialist, and Diego Lasso. Muchas gracias. And thank you all for being here and
Thanks
putting
to
on
you.
an excellent show. And we will... I also want to thank our trackers, Cataclysm and Kif, who I believe in the chat goes by Kid Your Face. And of course, I want to thank my co-commentator who came in on short notice, Alana Bean. Thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Well, thanks for having me. It was a great time. Despite a few little issues, hiccups along the way, it was a good time.
Yep.
And a big
I
thank
think
you
we'll
to
be...
Kid Your Face and Cataclysm for tracking.
I think we'll be messing around with the servers here in a bit to try to improve the situation there in the upcoming streams. But for now, we've all had a good time here. I hope you've all had a good time watching, and I will see you all at a later occasion. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.